for the baby's family.
Memphis, okay, this is Memphis. Memphis is rough, Memphis is tough, but we ain't that tough to hurt kids.
Hear anybody being is awful. Yeah. Whether it's a baby or a 90-year-old, don't matter. Yeah. Life is a life.
Reporting for your news leader, Amitra Wilborn.
My heart skipped a couple of beats. Are you sure? This what we got going on in Midtown?
We saw our great-grandbaby die.
Yeah, we were in.
And we recognize how hurt our granddaughter is about it.
The great-grandparents of 1-year-old Callie were overwhelmed with grief at this loss, but even more stunned at who Memphis police say are suspects.
We've never had to deal with a situation like this, so we don't know.
Alright, what's up with y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video, right? And I want to say that this situation right here is really, really crazy, and I'm really hating that these type of things are happening so much to the point where people are getting numb to it. And I've been saying that recently. I'm going to continue saying that. It's like the lack of compassion for a human life is just evaporating every single day of the week. But before we get into all of this, I do want to start this out the correct way with some positivity. I just want to tell each and every one of y'all that's out there supporting me day to day on a consistent basis that I definitely do appreciate y'all, and I hope that everything is okay in your life, and I wish y'all nothing but the best in every aspect of your life. And I hope that y'all are okay out there physically, mentally, and spiritually. When I say this, I'm strictly talking to my supporters and to those who reciprocate the same energy back to me. I hope that y'all did receive that. Other than that, we're finna get straight into this situation at hand. Basically, first of all, I got to start it off like this too. I want to say RIP to this beautiful baby by the name of Callie Moore. The baby was 1 year old, which is really sad, man. And the people who did this to her were her aunt and her boyfriend. Now, everything is allegedly in this situation. The aunt, her name was Kaya Moore. She was 21. Well, she is 21 years old. And the boyfriend name is Dijon Smith. He's 34 years old. Now, what's so crazy about this situation is that both of them are blaming each other for what took place. But it's going to look more like she did it because she has a prior case of harming kids. She has a case right now pending over a situation like this. And she's actually out on bond. Now, I've heard that she has multiple cases pertaining to this type of stuff. I don't know that to be true, but I do know she has one that's definite right now, And I do feel like that with her even having that on her, I wouldn't even want my child around, because her sister was the one who allowed them to watch her child for the past 2 days before this took place. Now, the baby died Saturday. The mother is actually taking up for her sister, saying that the child actually had bruises or a birthmark on her back. I already did wouldn't leave and other things, But something happened, and they actually know what blow was fatal. All of the information is in the video. I just want to say that you need to be careful with who are watching your children, who you leave them with, and be mindful of everything that's taking place in another person's life that you know directly. I'm pretty sure that she knew her daughter was with someone who had a prior case, no matter if it's sister, brother, cousin, I don't give a damn who it is. If you got prior cases of harming other people's children, especially yours, I can understand some discipline. But, to actually be around somebody who has went to jail for certain things, and it could be a risk having your child around them and you still do it, that's very selfish in my personal opinion, But hey, some people know their family members and they can vouch for them and certain things like that, what they think they do, because you really never know anybody. But y'all know what I'm saying when I say what I say. And that's probably why she's taking up for her like she is, but I don't give a damn. I'm not finna sit here and actually leave my child with you, and then when I come back, my child is gone, and not blame your ass. It's just hard for me to overlook that you could have did this, you feel me? But hey, enough all of that. I told y'all enough, but this is every other thing that I didn't tell y'all in more specific details. Just be mindful of who you're dealing with. Let's get back into this video. Well, let's get into the video. Let's get back into it. Let's go.
A 1-year-old child died Saturday morning after arriving to the hospital with severe injuries. Tonight, the child's babysitters are behind bars and charged with her. 34-year-old Dijon Smith and 21-year-old Kaya Moore have both been charged with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and child neglect. According to police, officers responded to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital around 3 in the morning, where the baby was brought in suffering from cardiac arrest. The 1-year-old little girl has suffered skull and neck fractures along with massive bruising on her back. Moore and Smith both told police conflicting stories regarding what happened, both pointing at each other as the ones to be blamed. They are both scheduled in court tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
And topping the news at 10 tonight on your news leader, a 1-year-old is dead. 2 people are facing charges. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Shay Arthur. 21-year-old Kia Moore and 34-year-old Dijon Smith are accused in that crime. WRAG's Quamitra Wilborn has what investigators say caused the child's death. And we do want to warn you tonight, the details in this case are
21-year-old Kia Moore and 34-year-old Dijon Smith are facing child abuse and first-degree charges in connection to the death of a 1-year-old baby girl. Memphis police say around 3 a.m. Saturday morning, they responded to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital for a call regarding an infant who arrived suffering from cardiac arrest. The baby died 1 hour later. MPD says an examination by a doctor reveals the fatal injuries include multiple skull fractures with a brain bleed, a bruised kidney, high enzymes in the liver consistent with abdominal trauma, and blood in the lungs. Police say the incident happened at this duplex in the 1000 block of University Street.
Court documents say the two had been babysitting the infant for about 2 days prior to it being taken to the hospital. However, people who live in this area that we spoke to tell us that they never saw or heard a baby during that time. Did you hear a baby cry?
I ain't hear no baby cry.
Upon arrival, police say there was no baby food in the home, and it's unclear if the 1-year-old had an appropriate or safe place to sleep. At this time, it's unclear how the child is related to the suspects. Both Moore and Smith were detained, but investigators say they gave conflicting statements. Moore claims she left the baby alone with Smith, and when she returned, the baby was unresponsive. She says Smith refused to tell her what happened and instead allegedly told her to say that she fell asleep holding the child when the child fell off the bed and hit her head on the nightstand. It's a story people who live near the couple find shocking, since they say Smith has children of his own.
And his son, like I say, he got a son just started kindergarten.
Smith reportedly told a very different story. He claims that he heard the baby crying in the back room and Moore yelling at her. Court documents say he told investigators that he could hear Moore slam the child against the floor, walls, and wooden furniture 6 to 10 times. He said when he entered the room, Moore told him the baby was crying too much and getting on her nerves.
But look, I want to say this right here. Why he didn't call the police immediately? Why he didn't harm her to stop her from harming the baby? I know this sounds crazy. I'm not saying beat her, but like, you know, slap her hand, do something, get her the hell away from that baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell would you sit here and witness this and not do nothing about it for? Tackle her. That's what I'm really meaning. I know, like, no crazy. I gotta make sure I'm saying this, man. Hell, people be trying to take stuff and try to twist it and turn it. No, I'm saying you should have did something like to make sure she couldn't do nothing else to that baby. But by the time he probably could have went in there, I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate. It probably was already done, you know. But I do feel that when it's a situation pertaining kids and you got kids, that says a lot about your character, man. You know, and I don't give a damn if the baby was crying too much. That should never make you get to the point where you're ready to do certain things. And it's just so crazy that a lot of people do try to take up for people who do certain things like this, because they're going to say, well, she probably was going through postpartum too because she got kids or something like that, and don't even know that this person probably don't even have kids, or just try to make an excuse for what I'm really trying to say. There's no excuse for this type of behavior, in my personal opinion. And you know, I feel like they definitely need to be held to the maximum sentence in this situation. They really don't need to be alive, in my personal opinion, but overall, ultimately, you know, they need to get the maximum, because he was there, he witnessed it, in my personal opinion. He heard what was going on and could have did something about that. And I mean, he could have quit dealing with her too, knowing that she got cases like this too. So many different things that I could say about them in this situation. I just want to say that I hate this happened to this baby, and they could have been stopped if he would have interfered in some type of way. Let's get back into it.
One neighbor who lives next to the couple, and she says she never heard anything.
And then you really can't hear too much through the walls. Not too much, you know. You have to be extra loud to really hear something.
Smith said he attempted to perform CPR and put cold water on the infant, but she was still unresponsive. He said Moore told him that the baby fell off the bed and hit her head on the nightstand. Neighbors say they are heartbroken for the baby's family.
Memphis, okay, this is Memphis. Memphis is rough, Memphis is tough, but we ain't that tough to hurt kids.
Hear everybody being killed is awful. Whether it's a baby or a 90-year-old, don't matter. Life is a life.
Reporting for your news.
But look, we ain't gonna downplay what the hell took place, though. I hear what he's saying and I respect what he's saying, but at the same time, forget all of that. This is a pure innocent baby. Now, he is right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but this is a baby that is helpless, just like an older person. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't do nothing about what's going on. They really look forward to people taking care of them, because over time they can really see that people are taking care of them. They're mindful of that. That's why they cry and whine and yearn for certain things. And another thing that I do have to say, the baby didn't even have food there, allegedly, what they're saying. And everything in this video from beginning to the end is allegedly just my thoughts and opinions, and I am going off of what they're saying is being said in the court paperwork and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this here is just sad, pitiful, and pathetic in my personal opinion. I really don't like the fact that they are able to continue to do certain things in the courtroom, as far as like go to court, do all this other type of shit. No, get rid of them, and there's no need for them, and they already got proof that they did what they did. They even actually said that they know the fatal blows. You know, let's get back into it.
Remember I skipped a couple of beats out here this morning? This what we got going on in Midtown?
We begin the broadcast at 10 with a 1-year-old baby and the late-breaking details we've uncovered. Fox 13 has learned the names of the 2 people charged tonight with first-degree. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Daniel Wilkerson. Fox 13's Lakia Scott joins us live from the Memphis Police Department. Lakia, you've been sifting through police records, all new at 10. You even spoke with family members of one of the suspects.
Yeah, Daniel, we went to the home of someone who identified herself as the grandmother of Kaya Moore. Kaya Moore is one of those suspects. Now, we had an interesting conversation. The grandmother told me that she was not aware that her 21-year-old granddaughter was in jail on first-degree charges, and she also told me that she was also sadly unaware that the child had passed away. I even inquired and asked her more about the relationship between the child and Kaya Moore. She told me that the child was not Kaya's daughter, but is a family member. She would not elaborate beyond that, but I did speak with neighbors in that community who told me that they are very upset about what happened.
What deranged animal? I mean, animals don't do that.
Skull and neck fractures, a bruised kidney, and even bleeding to the brain. These are the injuries police say a 1-year-old little girl suffered at the hands of her babysitters. Neighbors in this Midtown community shocked and disturbed after learning what happened just doors down from their home.
You said 1-year-old? Come on, man.
Come on,
man. You got a chance to make it to first grade?
It's shocking. It's really shocking.
Police report getting a phone call at 3 o'clock Saturday morning informing that the baby suffered a cardiac arrest at La Bonheur Children's Hospital. According to the affidavit, an hour later, the baby was pronounced.
You can't make no sense out of something that crazy. Come on,
can you?
Investigators made the scene of the home in the 1000 block of University Street. This ring video obtained by Fox 13 shows detectives at the location. Fox 13 is learning that 21-year-old Kaya Moore and 34-year-old Dejon Smith are charged with first-degree and the 1-year-old.
My question would be, like, why? You know why? Because the type of people that they come off as, or you know that I don't see them hurting kids.
Now, according to police, the 2 suspects gave conflicting statements about what actually happened, and according to that affidavit, they are both blaming each other for what happened to the child. Meanwhile, the suspects are facing multiple charges tonight, including first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. Daniel.
Tell you, this is any way you look at it. The people that you spoke with in that piece, they were clearly baffled by the details of the crime, and understandably so. But it doesn't stop there. Kid, you uncovered additional details about the woman charged in the case.
Daniel, that is correct. I'm learning that Kaya Moore, she actually has priors She was charged and indicted back in 2022 on 4 counts of aggravated child abuse. She was actually out on a $90,000 bond. She's also set to go to court later this month in that case.
With that being said, I'm pretty sure she has stipulations not to be around any children. You feel me? And I feel like you shouldn't go against the law when there's certain things set in stone for your protection. And when I'm saying that, I'm talking about the damn sister. Knowing this, you should know not to move this way. I don't give a damn. Now, any type of accusations pertaining to anything with children, I got to look deep into that, and I need to go ahead and hold myself and my child away until we can actually get bona fide facts about a situation. It is what it is. You got to be very cautious with these situations. Just to look past certain things just because you think you know a person is something that you really should never do. I always pay attention and take heed to everything because, like I always say, everything's presented to you for some type of reason, you know? Now, you can't believe everybody when it comes to every single thing, but when it comes to these kids, take heed all the way 100%. That's just how I feel. I'm going to stick with that, and I forever will. And if I get a bad vibe from you, I'm not going to let my child around you. But hey, it is what it is. Some people are so selfish to the point where they don't give a damn what takes place. If they can get a babysitter to do what they want to do, it is not what you should do. Take the time and understand who had your children, and, you know, understand that this shit ain't a game out here, bro. It's real. For real. Let's get back into it, though.
That's Lakia Scott Forrest live in Midtown, starting our live coverage off at 10. Lakia.
Tragic story to begin our newscast this evening. 2 babysitters behind bars tonight accused of beating a 1-year-old girl. Thank you for joining us. I'm Joy Redmond.
And I'm Joe Birch. 21-year-old Kaya Moore and 34-year-old Lled Smith are charged with first-degree.
Action News 5 Stephanie Douglas live now with details from their first court appearance. We do want to warn you, some of the details in this case are very disturbing. Stephanie.
Well, Joe and Joy, during today's court hearing, the judge granted the pair only a day to get an attorney. After the hearing, the great-grandparents of 1-year-old Callie Moore expressed how the past 3 days have been filled with endless agony.
We saw our great-grandbaby.
Yeah, we were in.
And we recognize how hurt our granddaughter is about it.
The great-grandparents of 1-year-old Callie Moore, who Saturday were overwhelmed with grief at this violent loss, but even more stunned at who Memphis police say are suspects.
We've never had to deal with a situation like this, so we don't really know.
Callie's aunt, 21-year-old Kaya Moore, and her boyfriend, 34-year-old Lled Smith, were arrested for her and appeared in Shelby County Court Monday. They're both charged with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and aggravated child neglect. According to court documents, the two were babysitting Callie for 2 days at this Midtown home on University Street. Callie was rushed to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital Saturday around 3 a.m. after being unresponsive and receiving multiple injuries. Both Smith and Moore gave police conflicting statements on how she got hurt.
The mother's the one that really took it hard. She couldn't take it, so her mom took her home.
According to a doctor at Le Bonheur, baby Callie had multiple scars and neck fractures, a bruised kidney consistent with abdominal trauma, and blood in her lungs. Police also noted that there was no baby food in the home, and it's unclear if the baby had a suitable or safe place to sleep. Despite hearing the heartbreaking allegations against Kaya Moore, her family says there's one thing that will not change.
All I can say is what I've said. We will always love Callie, and we will always love Kaya, because we are a loving,
Very tough.
family.
Well, Action News 5 discovered that 21-year-old Kaya Moore was out on bond after she was indicted on separate aggravated charges in 2022. She's expected to appear on those charges on August 29th. Reporting live from 201 Poplar, I'm Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5.
Well, that's the end of that video, man. Like I said before, I really truly hate that this did have to happen to this child. I hope that she can get justice to the maximum extent. They need to be charged fully. There's no way in hell it's a justification for this. I feel like she should be charged, and he should too. I don't give a damn what nobody got to say about it. It is what it is. I stand on what I believe, and I'm going to forever ride with these kids, because they don't deserve this, and there's no way in the hell they should be going through anything like this at all. No way, shape, form, or fashion. They're too innocent and pure to have to deal with weirdo fuckers like this. You know, they just ain't what's up in my personal opinion. But hey, that's all I got to say about this. RP to the beautiful baby. I hope the mother is okay, no matter what she's believing right now, what she's going through right now. I do want to say I hope that she's okay. And what I mean by what she's going through is like the scrutiny and stuff. People are scolding her for saying what she's saying. Hey, all of that's understandable. I just hope that she's okay, you know, because there's something that's very, very sad to lose a child in this manner, no matter if it's your family or what. To lose this child to anybody, you know what I'm saying, is very despicable in my personal opinion. You know, but hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. Alright.